In today's episode, a train will race, the second gear will be engaged, and a Miata will forget how to Miata. I couldn't find much info on this video other than it's supposedly a durability test of the rear axles. However, I think the trailer could use some wheels, that way it could move much easier. Also, the movement of the truck reminds me of something that only men will understand. On a serious note, it's super impressive how much torque it could handle. While going through go-karting videos for no reason at all, I stumbled across this pro driver warming up his tires. It just looks super funny. Last year, to promote the Las Vegas GP, the Red Bull driver Sergio Perez did a fat burnout in a V8 era Formula 1 car, right next to people without hearing protection, inside a casino. You know you make a lot of power when your car is behaving like a caged animal on the dyno. This is a three-rotor Mazda RX-8 owned by Mohan. He competes in Formula Drift since 2007. Recently he had a crash, but the car is already rebuilt. GG.
Alright, so it looks like Mohan Jr. let Mohan stepping up. Yo, look at that! Flirting with the wall. That was really tight, man.
If you watched Mad Max Fury Road, you most likely haven't seen this. The Peacemaker. And yes, if it reminds you of the tank used in the Fast and Furious movie, you're right. This is the Ripsaw tank that was transformed into the Peacemaker for the movie. Unfortunately, the film crew was so unhappy with the reliability of that thing that they cut out all of the planned scenes with this little super tank. It does sound insane though. Have you ever wanted to try Mario Kart in real life? I mean, you could just go to your local Gokart track, or you could travel to Ecuador to
Carrera de Coches de Madera,
aka the Wooden Cars Race. It is a tradition at this point. Also, some cars reach 60 miles or 100 kilometers an hour. This is the GSMP competition in Poland. It means Górskie Samochodowe Mistrzostwo Polski, which more or less translates into Hillclimb racing. Here is a Honda Civic driver that crashed right when he crossed the finish line. He was okay, by the way. The reason for the crash? Cold slick tires in the rear. What is the cheapest way to build a camper van? Just find some old shed and slap it onto your truck. Easy. Here are two examples of Miatas going off track because of losing the ability to steer, which in this case is caused by locking up the front tires. This one that got lucky and this one that got a bit less lucky. Here is something that looks a lot less impressive than it actually is. A bunch of Toyota MR2s going sideways. But why is this impressive, you may ask? You see, the MR2 has a mid-mounted engine, which means spinning out is much harder to avoid. That being said, it's not impossible to drift. I found this super cool video of a steam locomotive driving right next to cars on a highway. This one is called the Santa Fe 3751. Definitely mispronounced that. Anyways, check out this massive driving rod moving at high speeds. Here is probably the exact clip that got me into cars around 8 years ago. A V8 powered and turbocharged Miata against a 100 horsepower BMW. However, the main advantage of the Miata is a secret known only to the best tuners. "128 horsepower doesn't sound like a lot, unless we are talking about go-karts. This is a electric go-kart making the footage look sped up. Here's a pretty unique pop-up headlight system for the Mercury Cougar. The cool thing is that the system does not work with an electric motor, rather with negative pressure / vacuum coming from the engine. There is two types of burnouts, those that require a f***load of power, like this Mustang Mach-1, and those that just require some tricks, like a little bit of water and literally having no weight in the back. Just like this Daihatsu Hi-Jet. This may be one of the quickest, if not the quickest, SUBARU WRX STI out there, coming with a blistering 1500 horsepower and a cool name, Veneno, which in Spanish means poison. Did they mention that it's possessed by a demon that operates the sequential gearbox? Here are two examples of power to weight ratio. A Shelby Cobra that weighs around 1 ton smashing a Corvette ZR1. And a Ferrari 458. Here's a pretty cool spare wheel system that I haven't seen before. Used by a lot of cars from the Volkswagen Group and developed by Vredenstein, this tire expands and retracts to save space. Basically, you can say to your friends that a transformer is driving in your car. If you think that the Miata gearbox is nice and notchy, then check out this Reliant Robins shifter. Notchiness heaven. That's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.
That doesn't make sense.